Hello, I'm Karen Christiansen, President of ACTS Retirement Life Communities. Welcome to our latest episode of ACTS Vision, Our Journey Forward, filmed on July 14th, 2021. We hope you are enjoying these beautiful summer days and the return of your traditional activities and lifestyle. Having put the pandemic mostly behind us, it is so exciting to see the energy and activity return to our campuses, with residents out and about participating in their favorite activities and once again enjoying life to the fullest. As we close this chapter in our battle against COVID-19, we do so with great appreciation to the entire ACTS family. Since the pandemic's onset, together we have overcome many obstacles and achieved many goals throughout this unprecedented journey. All of you contributed to our success, and today we celebrate that over 9,200 residents and almost 4,900 employees are now fully vaccinated, representing 97% and 72%, respectively, of those eligible for vaccination. All of our 26 communities have achieved resident herd immunity. And at this time, 20 communities have reached both resident and employee herd immunity. There are no longer any COVID-19 testing requirements for fully vaccinated, asymptomatic residents, visitors, and employees, unless required by law. Independent living residents are not required to be screened, nor have their temperatures taken upon re-entry to the community. The screening process and questions for employees and visitors have been updated, providing, among other improvements, the elimination of temperature checks unless entering Willowbrook Court or Oakbridge Terrace. We continue to thank everyone for your support and partnership throughout the pandemic and your participation in the vaccination program. With our high level of vaccinations, active COVID-19 cases are thankfully now uncommon. Please know that we are closely monitoring the Delta variant and its potential to affect both unvaccinated and vaccinated individuals, as well as the need and timing of booster shots. Fortunately, current vaccines are considered effective against the Delta variant. Unfortunately, the Delta variant has increased transmissibility, and it is currently rising in pockets of the country where there are low vaccination rates. As such, for those individuals who have not received a vaccination, we continue to strongly encourage you to do so. In addition, for those who have received one Pfizer or Moderna vaccine and are beyond the time period for the second dose, please stay the course and complete the full vaccination cycle. As shared previously, the COVID-19 vaccine will become mandatory for employees, consistent with our flu vaccination policy in the very near future. From the outset of the pandemic, we promise to keep you well informed on COVID-19's impact within our communities and organization through our update letters and this video series. With the great progress we've made in returning to our pre-pandemic operations, we believe the time is right to modify our communication schedule surrounding COVID-19. As we announced in last month's update letter, we have concluded our monthly written correspondence concerning the COVID-19 pandemic. However, we will continue to share updates on any new active cases through our community-specific notifications as required by CMS. We will also transition to a new schedule and focus with our ACTS Vision series, with future episodes to include leaders from across our organization who will share important news and information we believe and hope will be of interest to you. We hope you share in our excitement in the progress we've made in our COVID-19 journey. Truly, it is the result of the collective actions and efforts of the entire ACTS family that we've reached this point. Today, we'd especially like to recognize the efforts of one group in particular, our nurse practitioners, whose contributions have been instrumental in helping us fight and defeat this pandemic. Joining us to talk more about the incredible work of our nurse practitioners and the growth of the services provided within our communities is ACTS's Senior Vice President of Health and Home Services, Holly Schade. Following Holly, ACTS's Chief Medical Director, Dr. Paul Reinbold, will join us to review the scope of our nurse practitioner services. At this time, please welcome Holly.
Thanks, Karen, and hello. Over the past year and a half, I have had the pleasure of working very closely with the ACTS nurse practitioners. As the senior clinical leader at ACTS, I have witnessed firsthand the unprecedented activities of the COVID-19 pandemic. Even though much of our activity was conducted virtually in the 24/7 management of our COVID-19 cases, the implementation of our infection control protocols, along with the nurse practitioners' advanced medical knowledge, their steadfast dedication and compassion, all guided by the ACTS mission to provide security and peace of mind to our residents and employees, was never more apparent or greatly appreciated. We succeeded together during the pandemic, in large part due to their heroic actions on the front lines, instructing clinical staff, providing hands-on resident care, assisting in the coordination and administration of over 360,000 COVID-19 tests, and in having over 14,000 residents and employees fully vaccinated. These achievements are truly extraordinary, and the nurse practitioners were, and continue to be, the wind beneath our wings in getting us through this pandemic. As I reflect on the ACTS strategic initiative of the development and implementation of the nurse practitioners program, God's blessing and divine interventions are clearly evident in this ongoing protection of the organization, our residents, the employees. In 2015, ACTS began adding nurse practitioners to the communities after we had studied the benefits of having an on-site, dedicated nurse practitioner at Cokesbury Village, a community that became part of ACTS family through an affiliation. By the end of 2019, all ACTS communities had added a nurse practitioner to their community team. Who would have known at the end of 2019 what was in store for us in 2020? No one would have imagined a global pandemic of a novel virus changing our world in unimaginable ways. Adding the nurse practitioners was just in time to get us through these pressing medical needs. ACTS also had the foresight that our clinical needs would go beyond the nurse practitioner program. We recognized that at some point we would need to add a physician to the ACTS team. This expertise in coordination with the nurse practitioners would provide for strong and ongoing oversight of care and medical delivery, and in providing further education for the clinical team to stay current with new medical interventions. In 2019, Dr. Paul Reinbold joined the ACTS senior management team as Vice President and Chief Medical Director after our affiliation with Intergrace and several months before the onset of the coronavirus. Dr. Paul's expertise and medical counsel during this pandemic was instrumental to our success in the management of COVID-19. In having the foresight to add these advanced clinicians to the ACTS team, it successfully positioned us to come through this unprecedented event and now being able to begin moving beyond the pandemic. Now it is my pleasure to introduce ACTS Vice President and Chief Medical Director, Dr. Paul.
Thank you, Holly. I, too, want to express my gratitude for the services that ACTS nurse practitioners provided throughout the last year and a half. Their contributions to ACTS' successful navigation of this pandemic cannot be overstated. This role for the nurse practitioner program was never expected, but certainly was never more needed than during this crisis. It was these individuals who played a critical part for the successful outcomes that have been achieved. These clinicians are truly ACTS heroes. In the darkest days, they remained steadfast to their commitments, and for this we were truly blessed. They clearly delivered on ACT's promise of loving kindness. I am also grateful, and surely they are as well, that the crisis has abated, allowing a return to providing those services they enjoy and are committed to, the primary care of our residents. As we journey forward, I would like to take this chance to remind everyone to consider their own health, as many of us postpone necessary care and certainly preventive care during these uncertain times. If you follow with an ACTS nurse practitioner, please make an appointment to catch up and make sure your care needs are up to date. If you currently do not have a provider or are considering a change, now would be the perfect time to talk to one of our nurse practitioners and explore your options. I know many residents have expressed how comforted they are to obtain needed care without having to leave their community. Within our on-site wellness suites, available services include, but are not limited to, initial and follow-up primary care services, urgent care illness visits, annual wellness evaluations, preventive care assessments, immunization updates including flu, coronavirus, and shingle shots, access to diagnostic and laboratory services, as well as nursing services such as medical assessments, education, and wound care. If you have a healthcare need, now is the perfect time to stop by your wellness center and inquire whether you can receive what you need right at home. We look forward to releasing community-specific videos as we feature your community practitioner and the myriad of services they provide. We are truly fortunate to have this unique team of practitioners at ACTS and look forward to sharing this good fortune with as many residents as possible. Please join me in again thanking our fantastic nurse practitioners for the crucial contributions each and every one of them has made and for the services they continue to provide. Thank you.
Thank you, Holly and Dr. Paul, and thank you for watching this latest episode of ACTS Vision, Our Journey Forward. The pandemic has certainly been a journey we will never forget. It has been heartbreaking, upsetting, challenging, and burdensome. But it has also made each of us stronger, and as an organization, we are greater prepared for any unforeseen occurrence. Together, we have demonstrated innovation, creativity, professionalism, resourcefulness, and faith that has guided us through our successful navigation of the COVID-19 pandemic. We extend our deepest gratitude to all of our residents and employees for your support every day, and especially during this unprecedented experience. We sincerely hope that your summer is spent with family and friends and is filled with hope, joy, and love. Thank you, and may God continue to bless you, your family, and the entire ACTS organization.